How nice is it having Bobby Turner back, and how did that come about?
It's awesome having Bobby back. It's been weird not having him. He told me last year, he was very clear, Kyle, I'm not retiring. I'm just taking a year off to get my surgeries, get healthy. Been talking to him the last month or so, and his wife. He was ready to come back. We saw him in Denver. It's awesome to get him out here. Got here 2 days ago, and it's been great having him around.
Is he doing the same stuff he always did, or is he doing new things? I mean, so there already is a running backs coach, so I'm just curious, how does he fold back in?
It's just helping in every way. I mean, Bobby is, he's been around a lot. I'll tell you, he's been around about 80 years of coaching. I think it's 45. But no, we got a great running back coach in Anthony. Anthony, who coached Bobby, so their relationship is great. They got a lot of love for each other, and I just like Bobby coming around and getting on everybody on every little detail the way he does. So it's not just the runners, it's the receivers, it's the quarterbacks, it's everybody, and I think everyone's glad to have Bobby in here.
Sometimes having a coach like that, it's good for them also. Like it seemed like for Johnny, like to be back in this mix was good for their mental health.
Yeah, I see it a lot with those guys. I mean, you get used to doing something for a long time. I think it happens to probably a lot of people in a lot of lines of work. Everyone looks forward to vacation, and everyone looks forward to getting time off, and I think a lot of people look forward to retirement. But after you do that, you realize that that's something that you loved, and I've seen that. I mean, definitely, you knew it was going to happen with Bobby. See that with my dad a lot. It took him a while. I feel it with Johnny, and I think once other things happen, you realize you get an appreciation for it more. That I don't do this because I have to. I do it because I really love it, and that's what makes those guys so good.
Bobby's been such a staple for you and your dad. What was it like not having him here for that 6 months or so?
Yeah, it was really weird for me. I have little things I always mess with Bobby on. Anytime I have a awkward time in a meeting, I just make a Bobby T joke or call him out on something, and we kind of just make everyone laugh. And not having him there has been awkward. I always start with every meeting addressing them, stuff like that. So just things that you get used to. That for me, it started for all those years in Washington. I was with them, and then same thing with Atlanta and being here with them the last 5 years. So it's really nice to get back.
When you look at the running backs that you have, are Mack and Coleman and Mason, are they all ready to go Monday night if you need any of those guys to back up, Jeff?
Yes.
Going to be elevated?
Could be.
Jimmy was talking the other day about an identity, finding an identity. When you look back at the way you played the Rams the first game last year, that's your ideal identity, isn't it? I mean, the 40-plus rushes, pretty much helps everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think when you look at our team, when we've won the most and won the most consistently is when we've ran the ball the best, haven't turned it over. I think that's what we've done when we've always won. So there's other ways you got to be able to win, which I think we found to do that, but that's the thing you set out to do.
Watching Jimmy this week, everybody talked about needing more practice. Do you see those incremental steps going on throughout the week?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just always going right. It's always up and down. It's play to play, but that's what the whole season is. That's what the season is every year. No different than this. You got to find out how to win games as you improve throughout the year, and that's what we're trying to do. No team to me should be where they're supposed to be at the beginning. You got to make sure you improve as you go through it, but you also got to find ways to win as you do that.
I think last time when you guys had the Rams here, you beat them pretty well. Debo was celebrating with a big necklace, the Game Changer chain, I believe is what it was called, and then it kind of vanished. So what did you think of that chain, and whatever happened to it?
I think I've answered this. I was not a big fan of the chain. I mean, I didn't think anything gimmicky and college-like is kind of lame to me, but Jason Verrett got it for us, and he's like as cool of the guys I know. So, and the players thought it was cool. So I didn't tell him no or anything, but I was really hoping we didn't use it in the wrong way, because I think we're more professional than that. But the time that he did choose it, I can't lie, it didn't come off that bad. So I've liked their decision making on it. I don't know if it's gone. I hope it is. But I trust those guys to handle it right, and they haven't let me down so far.
Deshaun Gibson and Tano Hufanga gotten really close very quickly and had great communication out there. How is it that they were able to do that so quickly?
I mean, I think Gibbs played a lot of football. He's a real smart player. I was with him in Cleveland for a year, and got to get to know him then. And I don't know how many picks he had that year, but has had a ton. I think he's had like 30 in his career. So he's a guy who's always been athletic and talented, but he understands football. That was 8 years ago. So he's got a lot more reps since then. He's played in a lot of schemes, so he's seen a ton of stuff. So when you have a vet like that who's been around, is like that naturally. And you got someone like Huff who just always wants to learn, always talking ball, always trying to find an edge on something. I think those guys enjoy talking to each other.
How's Brock Purdy progressing on the scout team, and would he be ready to go if necessary?
Yeah, all these guys got to be ready. But what the fortunate thing for Brock is that he's getting more reps. The 3 never gets really reps. You give him 1 or 2 a period in scout team, but Brock's got a ton of them now, and really like how he's been handling himself.
Willie Snead on scout team playing Cooper Cup.
I think he played 18 this week. I think he mixed it up. It depended on the period, but it wasn't. He was Cup at some periods, but he also was playing 18's role also.
What was it about his scout team performance that was so good?
Just how hard he goes. I mean, he did everything we asked for. We throw him in at both the receiver roles, doing the fullback position that they use him at, and just his competitiveness. He never backs down. We were down some receivers this week with just reps, which means you got to do scout team, and you also got to go in with the regular team, which can kill a guy, and you never hear him complain. He just keeps going.
You guys have won 5 in a row here now, so do you sense that home field advantage that teams always want?
I always sense home field advantage. I think home field advantage has to do with one thing. It has to do with the other team can't jump off the ball as fast. That's why I believe that home field advantage is a realer in football than most sports. Not that I know a lot about other sports, but that's what makes sense to me because cadence is a big deal. And when you can't hear the quarterback, it does always give the other team an advantage. I think our stadium's been real loud, and every time we play in our stadium, we feel we have an advantage.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.